What's up, Internet? Nerdlocker.com here, and we've got Marvel movie news for you.
Yeah.
From the iPhone. Speaking of iPhones, about Paul Rudd being cast as
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Edgar Wright is recently updated on his blog, which I didn't know he had a blog. We just went over this off camera. I'm just slow to a lot of things.
I bet you he didn't know about internet porn too.
What?
Nothing.
We'll come back to that. It looks like he said that he's been doing his homework and posted.
He posted a picture of a Marvel, or you think it's a
Avengers.
Heroes?
It was the last Marvel Avengers cartoon to come out. Not the current one, but the one before it.
Now
kicked ass.
What is it?
It's Avengers Assemble, right?
But I mean, it's like the same cartoon, but it was Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I love that one a lot more.
It was really good.
Sorry, but
it was really awesome.
It was great, and it was going to some awesome stuff too. But either way, it was to steal an Ant-Man, where it's Scott Lang stealing the tech from
Pym-Tech.
Yeah, Pym-Tech from Hank Pym
Pym particles,
to basically to use it to steal money to get a ransom for his daughter, Cassie
Lang, who, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, you'll.
Yeah,
know.
it's a lot of. But, we're not going to get into that.
I think that is awesome because he was talking about a heist-type movie with this, and I personally see Paul Rudd being Scott Lang more than Hank Pym.
Yeah, I don't see Paul Rudd having a lot of, like, emotional
baggage. Science.
I mean, maybe you can kind of get away with that, but I don't see him being that, like, kind of bad guy. That kind of, like, guy you don't really want to cheer for, which is, for me, that's Hank Pym. It's Hank Pym is constantly trying to redeem himself, trying to prove that he's the #1 guy, which
his wife and
he isn't. He isn't. He's not. He's not Reed Richards. He's not as Tony Stark. He has that level of intelligence, but he doesn't have the charisma or the kind of like flair that those two have. He has his own thing, and it kind of always backfires.
But I think this could be interesting. I mean, you're bringing two notable characters into the Marvel movie universe, and I think this is an awesome way to do it.
Yes, very good way. And I'm just excited for Edgar Wright to be making Ant-Man finally.
To be making a Marvel movie, too. That's awesome.
Ant-Man in general.
Well, it's something that's been talked about for so long.
Since Iron Man.
Right.
1.
And now we're seeing it. Yes. Last summer, there was a rumor that Disney XD would be coming out with either Guardians of the Galaxy animated series or possibly another Spider-Man one. But it looks like they're going with
another Spider-Man cartoon.
Because Ultimate Spider-Man wasn't disappointing when he started talking to the camera and everything. But it looks like it's going to be Guardians. They've made an appearance on Ultimate Spider-Man, so, I mean, it's kind of got those that weren't familiar about them introduced. But then you have the movie coming out, which I think this is a very smart idea.
No, it's a no-brainer. My only thing about it is, what I love about the Guardians is that they're kind of edgy. They're really edgy. They're, you know, Rock Raccoon's constantly smoking, and he's like Wolverine. But he's kind of a douche a little bit.
XD,
but it's Disney XD, so they're going to dumb it down a little bit.
Regardless, the Guardians are awesome, and I love that we're getting this kind of attention for them.
Can't wait. I just want them to have their own show, and I kind of want all the awesome cosmic Marvel things to kind of be shown more.
Because there's so much there.
That's the best way to do it.
There's so much there.
So much awesome stuff.
More Marvel TV news is they're seriously considering starting an Agent Carter show based off of the adventures of Peggy Carter after Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yes. If you guys watched the Marvel one-shot, it was actually the first one with Peggy Carter. It takes place about a year after Cap takes his big bath, his ice bath. And pretty much it's her trying to prove herself to S.H.I.E.L.D.
And she does it because she kicks ass.
She's awesome, and she just kind of takes
Zodiac
the charge. Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's really awesome, like, production quality. Like, they put a lot of effort into this. This show is pretty much picking up after that with, like, it's Marvel's project. It's their big project for TV. Whereas S.H.I.E.L.D. is probably still going to be around. I assume
S.H.I.E.L.D. is just going to be force-fed.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see it going that much longer. Apparently, this next couple of episodes are going to be awesome, but I don't want to get into that just yet.
The cool thing that you have about doing Agent Carter in comparison to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is directly attached to the Avengers, and it's like, I think that's why most people are disappointed, because you had S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Avengers, and you're like, oh, you're getting a spin-off from the Avengers, and it hasn't really lived up to that height.
I mean, yeah, okay, it was cool in the first episode where it's like, oh, what, Extremis? oh, what? They're doing like Thor powers and this powers and super soldiers. It's like everyone's kind of like little things that makes them who they were was in that first episode. And that was like the conflict of it. And then it went nowhere. And it's really disappointing. But like I said, it's supposed to get back to it. This, though, it's a comic book character that we know. It's someone who's in the lore, who we've seen in the movies, we've seen around.
But you know, it doesn't have to be as heavily tied to everything because you had Hydra.
Yeah.
You had Hydra.
Exactly.
Thor's not around.
And
no one else is around.
It's going to take place in the 40s.
Exactly.
Like, it's awesome. It sounds really cool, and I'm actually really, 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 really excited for this because I feel this could be this Daredevil and that whole Netflix deal
Netflix
can be
awesome.
An awesome introduction to make not just Marvel shows awesome, but DC shows awesome, Image shows awesome, IDW shows, whatever.
Yeah.
Any awesome, cool little thing. How about a Hellboy show? Like that would be.
Oh my God, that would be so sweet.
So sweet, but that's a long way from now.
Yes.
More Marvel news.
More Marvel news. Bryan Singer is talking about X-Men: Days of Future Past, and they're saying that next to Avatar, right below Avatar, this will be the biggest movie.
Which Avatar was huge. Avatar's big, expensive movie. You didn't like it, but it was still a big, expensive movie.
Yeah, it was.
That hit a lot of people, and it was very, very popular. It was. This is gonna shut up. This is gonna be the next one. It's X-Men being awesome and stuff. And the scope of this movie, I don't think people realize. Like it's taking place now. It's taking place in like the 70s. It's taking place, and Jackman went to say this is probably the best era for Wolverine. And if you think about it, that's Wolverine's golden era. It's when he was introduced and when he was just so badass.
But I mean, they also said that what happens in this movie will directly lead in. There's something that happens in this movie that makes X-Men Apocalypse have to happen. Yes.
And in another interview, this kind of just happened today, Bryan Singer kind of was talking about Apocalypse, saying that he's producing, he's doing all these things, he's actually in negotiations to direct it. That's his desire. He wants to direct this movie. But it's kind of going to go into not just Apocalypse and all this stuff, but like the actual mutant origins, like how that went about, which everyone should know. Apocalypse is the first mutant. He's credited as it. I mean, he was around 5,000 years before all the other ones were, so hell yeah, he is. But it's just, I don't know, it's awesome. Apocalypse is one of my favorite bad guys of all time.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to see what they do with him.
If Days of Future Past works out and is awesome, then I'm so stoked for Apocalypse. Because you're doing it right again. It was like when 1 and 2 came out.
They were right.
So cool.
3 wasn't. Brett Ratner.
Jerk.
Cokehead.
I love how that's
it's my thing, dude. I'm always going to be
You're
mad
never going to drop that off.
I don't care. I don't even care if he doesn't do it.
He does now, to me. According to Nerdlocker and Cubby.
That's why he did X-Men 3, so he can buy a bunch of it.
He's just like, I need more Coke money.
Yeah, man.
It's on the DVD box, actually. You buy X3, it says like...
Comes with a dollar bill, you can roll up. Has Magneto on it.
Speaking of, I don't know, this doesn't relate at all. Robert Downey Jr. is trying to use his pull at Marvel Studios to help get his friends, Jodie Foster.
Which is awesome and totally could work for a million different characters in the Marvel Universe. Awesome old villains, awesome old heroes.
What old villain would Jodie Foster play?
I don't know, someone, dude. Whatever, Madame Mask.
So you don't have to look. No, I'm
whatever,
not say
anyone.
She's
I'm just
a very
saying.
Accomplished actress.
She's a very good actress, and she could easily fit the role of
bad
some
about
awesome
her.
people. The other person he's trying to get.
That's how natural I am. I'm just ready to talk shit.
Anyways.
Well, this guy we'll talk shit about. Mel Gibson. I don't think that's ever going to fly. Ever. I don't think that's ever going to fly ever.
Okay. I think it might. I think it might, and I think it might be a good thing. Yeah, he's a controversial character. Yeah, he's had a lot of crazy things in the news the last couple of years, which I'm not going to hold against him too much.
Speaking of Jodie Foster and Mel Gibson, she just directed The Beaver with him. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
That is a weird thing. I know they're friends too, but I don't know. I hope that just doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen.
I hope Jodie Foster happens. I also hope Mel
I just
Gibson
don't see Disney being like, here.
I don't see them doing that, but I really hope Mel Gibson is in a comic book movie at Marvel. That would be the best.
Who would you have Mel Gibson play?
The Beyonder.
The Beyonder.
So that way we get Secret Wars, and that way he's the most omnipotent person in the entire Marvel universe. Mel Gibson. The guy who made the Jesus movie that everyone loved.
Like, have him be.
The Beyonder. Or like, I don't know, someone random, someone crazy.
I'm trying to think of like...
What?
You could put him in... Oh, well, the X-Men aren't in Marvel.
You can make him...
You can make him... leader of the
Sebastian
Hellfire.
Shaw?
Yeah, Sebastian
Yeah,
Shaw.
oh my
That would actually be really cool.
That'd be nuts, dude.
He could just be himself like a crazy asshole.
Or you know what'd be even better? So that way they don't actually have to use him. The living laser. So that way it's just a voice, and he's like in it for like 5 minutes, and then it's just like light, it's light. I'm light. I live.
It'd be great if he did
I
get
kill
on.
people.
He's just like an extra Shield agent. He's like, hey, Nick Fury. Here's those reports.
Oh,
thank you.
Here we go.
Number 12, and
he plays a life model decoy of the original looking
Nick Fury.
So
with
he has
the white guy with the eye patch.
Yeah, and he's a life model decoy.
But he's just standing there
so
off.
he gets brutally murdered, but it's actually just an android. There, I wrote your movie, Marvel. Give me money. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Was that it?
That's good, man. That's all the news we have. So what he said.